Hey everyone, as you know, we play a lot of games on this channel, and we also back a lot of Kickstarters. So we wanted to show you some that we're looking at possibly backing this month. So here we go. So these are our saved projects that we're looking at. So these are some of the games that have caught our attention and we've saved them to look at. But today we're going to look at first Hostile Hoarders. So this one caught Lee's attention. What caught your attention with this one?
So right off the bat, I'm scrolling and then I just see just the artwork, right? And, not to be crude or whatnot, but like their card right here, the nut sock. And I'm like, haha, okay. Like, just toilet humor, like, all right, fine, you got me. Let's go in and see let's see what it's about. And then just proceeding further, right? We got, all right, so Hostile Hoarders, After Dark. The nuclear apocalypse has struck, leaving the world's culinary supply in shambles. Choose a survivor to battle it out for new nuclear delicacies while wielding makeshift weapons fueled with ridiculous visual puns to gather rations for survival. I think everyone loves a good apocalypse, right? You got zombies, you got end of the world, no water thing. Survival, yeah.
Natural basic instincts, camoed up with your guns, and you're going out hunting for your food and trying to track down ammunition to be able to fight and survive, right. Mad Max style.
Yeah, just like you see those movies and you're just like, would I make it in that world? Like, would I? If everything just stopped tomorrow, like technology, now we're post-apocalyptic, how would I do?
So we took a look at this Kickstarter. It caught our attention and we're thinking of backing it, but also we want to talk about things that we like about the Kickstarter itself. So if you're thinking of doing a Kickstarter or you're planning on developing a game, you just kind of want some insight in what we're looking at as developers and as a review channel and as big backers on Kickstarter, these are some of the things that we look at. So the first thing that I want to look at is from the time of this recording, there are 22 days left. They haven't reached their goal yet, but they're pretty close. They already have 379 backers. They're less than $1,000 away from their goal. So in 22 days, they'll probably reach their goals. So the first thing we know, if we back this, it's probably going to get funded and it should be delivered. Kickstarter, not always guaranteed that it'll be delivered, but it should be delivered. They say that they're going to be numbered in the first 1,000 of each game backed, which right now there's only.
And this is a relaunch, right? That's something that we kind of look at too. Like, all right, relaunch, but they're close, so.
Yeah, they didn't reach the funding the first time, or they canceled for whatever reasons, and now they're relaunching it. So then the next thing we look at is what are the actual mechanics of the game, as far as we can decipher, without having to watch a 20 or 30-minute video. If I'm just looking at the basic rules, all right, give me your elevator pitch, and it's basically you have a character, you're gonna have weapons, you're gonna have action cards or event cards, and then you're going to attack your player on your turn. You don't know what you're attacking them with, and then you turn over your weapons. So it's sort of like a memory game. So you're attacking with your weapon card, attacking them, flipping it over. And then you got to remember what weapons are which when you're going to attack.
But what I really like are these GIFs, right? Because like Kenny said, you don't have to watch a 30-minute video and hear, just hear all the lore and everything, unless you really like that, because then you really get into the story and whatnot. But these kind of summarize everything really well, because like, okay, do this, here's some weapons, attack, boom.
So the other thing that I would look at, not that it always affects us, because we can play any game, we can play solo, we can play a large player count, we'll make it work, whatever game we have, but we always want to look at the player count. So this is a 2 to 5 players. So we know that if we got this game, we could play it with just Lee and myself, or we could play it with our normal group, which is 5 that we usually play with. So it's a good game to play with any kind of variety of number of people. Now, if you wanted to take this game to a party or something because it's funny, it's only a 5-player game, and maybe that's not enough to play if you were going with the party with 8 or 9. Yeah, you could show them, look at this funny cards, but.
What's interesting here, I just noticed ages 10 and up, right? So you can see that the nut sock is back there. What's that, probably poo-poo platter?
Yeah.
I don't know if a 10-year-old...
10 and up may not be the right age for that. Once we're like, okay, we like the mechanics, we like the artwork, what are they offering as their pledge levels? We'll sometimes look in the actual page, or we'll just go straight over to the pledge level and see it. Then if we want more of a deep dive into the description, then we'll go back. So let's just see over here. So we have the do-it-yourself print and play. We have the self-gratification print and play. the Chow Down for $19, the Just the Tip for $19, the Don't Be Coy for $29, Balls Deep for $29, Naughty and Nice bundle for $49, Retailer Pledge $300, the Voyeur $349 or $749, so let's see what that is, and then the Exhibitionist $9.99. Each of these pledge levels offer different things. So the first thing that we're gonna look at is what's the basic. So chow down, get your grubby little hands on the game. 1 copy of Hostile Hoarders, Kickstarter exclusive black box, all Hostile Hoarders stretch goals. There's Hostile Hoarders and there's the Hostile After Dark, but this pledge is only getting you one of the games. So it's only $19 plus shipping charge later. I think if you were gonna buy this, you'd gotta be buying the
more dirtier one?
Well,
I'll probably do both, really. I'll probably do that Naughty and Nice, right?
And you get 1 copy of Hostile Hoarders, 1 copy of Hostile After Dark, all the Kickstarter exclusive stuff, the event cards, all the expansion packs, additional weapon cards, Kickstarter exclusive box, and all stretch goals. That's the other thing is you can look at stretch goals as well. But depending on, since this has barely reached its funding yet, we're not going to get our hopes up looking at the stretch goals with that. But that would be the other thing that you could look at. So looking at everything on this Kickstarter based on the presentation, based on the mechanics that we can interpret just from looking at it. Again, we don't go a deep dive when we do these things. A lot of the times we'll back something, and if we get it and we don't like it, well, that's shame on us. Probably the $49 Naughty and Nice bundle is probably what we'll do so that we get all the stuff and make sure we get everything. So that was Hostile Hoarders. That was something that caught our eye, something we looked at their Kickstarter and we're interested in, and then we're gonna back. So I don't know what, 8-12 months from now, maybe we'll have it for an unboxing and we'll let you know. Next one we're gonna look at is Sauria. Sauria? Sorry if I'm pronouncing Sauria incorrectly. But it's a Dinosaur Park Survival Game. So obviously what caught my attention is dinosaurs. We love dinosaurs. They have reached their goal, just barely, but they have reached their goal. So you know that it will be funded and you should get a copy of the game. 21 days to go. They should continue to keep going up. So they should reach some stretch goals. So we'll take a look at those as well. But the first thing that caught my attention on this one, other than on social media, it's a dinosaur game on Kickstarter, and let me go look at it, was when I first looked at the picture and I looked at the box, the board looks interesting. It looks like it's textile area placement. I'm not exactly sure if you're going around worker placement style or if you're just gaining the location and then you're trying to have the most area majority or what's going on with that. But it looked interesting just on the picture spread. I think having a picture layout like this, a 3D graphic, even if it's not your final artwork in your Kickstarter, is always a good thing to have the layout so people could see what the table presence will look like when you get it on the table. This one is 14 plus, 1 to 5, so there is a solo version of this game, 45 to 150 minutes. So the idea with this game is you're exploring the island, move to the island's locations in search of weapons, supplies, and tools. Again, I don't know if it's just worker placement through the island or if it's you get the location and then it's your territory kind of a thing. But then you're gonna fight dinosaurs after you collect the weapons and then you have to survive.
You know, and with surviving in this, right, when I first saw that, so go back up.
So right there with Survive and these types of games, in my head right away, I was like, is this a co-op game? And then as we scroll through here, you see right here, will you be forced to work together? So it's
Maybe
co-op
it is,
optional.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Yeah.
I think,
No one forces me to work with somebody else.
Even co-op games. Nope, we're all dying. Like, no one tells me to work together.
Sauria includes all of these main things. These are all cardboard cutouts. So you get dinosaur cards, encounter cards, event cards, item cards, wound cards, lava cards, vehicle cards, attack dice, area noise bags.
Area noise bag?
I don't know. Lava hexes, location hexes, cube, signal marker, turn tracker, first player. They do have one little GIF. I like the little animation. Always good to have that. Again, to show the table presence so people can get an idea of what the game is going to be like if they back it. So they want to know, okay, I'm spending X amount of dollars. What am I getting for X amount of dollars?
Yeah, maybe something for reference too, because as we look at these like sizes, right? Like, I don't know, is there a standard game table size? Like, oh, like this table here?
Wow, that game takes up a lot of table space on a tiny little...
Yeah. It arrives like this.
Need bananas for scale.
Yeah.
I just want to go down. So the stretch goals, one of the stretch goals, when they reach their 30,000, they haven't gotten there yet, but a stretch goal is an ankylosaurus.
There he is. Or she.
We'll back it when they get to 30,000.
What are they at now? Are we close?
They are at 26.
What are they at? 26.
26. Yeah, they'll reach that. You got 20 days left. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of showing like just an empty spot. Oh, stretch goal coming soon. Like just show like your stretch goals. And if you meet them all, then add new stretch goals. Don't just leave an empty spot. It just takes up space on your case.
But it makes you want it. I wonder what it is.
Well, because, but if it's crap, then you're like, oh, well, that was the big mystery. And
oh, yeah. Then you might get even more negative.
Yeah. Anything that you can do to take away negativity from your Kickstarter is what you want to do. All right, so pledge levels, $1. Keep track. All right, Sauria, $69 for the game. All stretch goals, access to Pledge Manager. 124 Raptor Special. You get 2 Kickstarter games. Okay, 2 copies of the game. Allosaurus Bundle. You get a copy of Sauria plus all available add-ons and stretch goals included. So you get all the add-ons that you could possibly get. That's the acrylic and the miniatures and the dinosaur profiles and all that kind of stuff. Plus you get a copy of the game. So personally, if I was going to do this, I don't really care about the dinosaur profiles. Like you'd have to show me how, like, does that actually interact with the game or is that just like a piece of artwork? I don't really need that, but I'll get the other thing. So I could save $5. I'll pay $129 just by getting the base game and then getting the add-ons that I want. I think I'm definitely going to back this game because it's dinosaur theme. I like the concept of the game. It looked interesting to me. So we'll back it in 8 to 12 months. We'll see what that is when we do our unboxing.
It says September 2022.
Yeah, we'll see. And the last one is Hike, not football.
Yeah. A card drafting racing game with huskies. Now this is funny because, on my free time, I'll go through Kickstarter and look at games and he'll do it whenever he does it too. And we started sending each other stuff and then we realized like, oh, this matched up. Okay, we're definitely going to back this if we both kind of liked it. And
yeah, we both came across it and sent it to each other and we're like, hey, check this one out. So we're definitely going to back this game. $52,000, only had a $6,000 goal. Not exactly sure if that was just low and they were hoping that they'd reach their goal quickly, because I'd find it hard to believe that you would have gotten such a small order for 6,000, maybe an order of 500, but I don't know. Hike, become a musher, assemble your husky sled and set on a race through a snowy wilderness. 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, 20 to 45 minutes.
So not too long, a good starter game to get into for the night if you're going to be playing heavier ones later.
So this is the one that caught my attention. So I like the concept of you got to make your team of dogs, but the dogs have edges and you got to match them up. And that's how so the red has to touch red and the blue has to touch blue. So you have already that kind of puzzle game where you're trying to piece pieces together, but they'll also contribute to other things later because the dogs will also have different abilities that you can add on with your different items that you'll collect as well. So you never know what little thing will capture someone's attention. So that, just seeing that mechanic of the game, I was like, oh, I'm gonna back that. I wanna see how that plays out.
Yeah, and like theming wise, it kind of makes sense if you think about it, right? So dogs, any animal, right? Like if I had a bunch of dogs and you were just like, no, don't put them together. Like, trust me. Like this kind of like shows it exactly. Like if 2 dogs are just, yeah.
And then they have good reviews from lots of people. You have different ones. You have Dice Tower. So that's another big thing with your Kickstarters. Even if you can't afford to have a lot of prototypes made, you still need to have enough made that you could send to some reviewers so that you can get the word out on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever your specialty, it's social media is, whatever your favorite thing is, reach out to start spreading the word, find your favorite reviewers, find your favorite play testers. So you want to make sure that you have some good reviews and stuff. Even if people don't read them, people like to see them.
Yeah, kind of like with the game, just the game that we looked at right before this one, the Sauria, right? Like you saw those all over Instagram. So it's like, okay, let's see what that's about.
All right, so let's look at the pledges. You got $1 spectator, that's just to have access to the pledge manager. All right, then you got 24 euros, which is about $28. So musher, gets you a copy of the game, all stretch goals, access to the pledge manager. Husky enthusiast, Kickstarter exclusive, a copy of Hike, an events and traits expansion with a free large wooden compass, first player token with all unlocked base game and expansion stretch goals. Save $5. So 36 euros or about $41. 5 plus 1 free, so that's for the retail, which that's not 50% off. So again, you want to try to get to 50% off if you're offering a retail. This one has stretch goals, and this one's unlocked a lot of them. So funding goal already unlocked. Card, divider, insert, player aids. Oh, the player aids weren't included. Those are a stretch goal. Interesting.
Huh.
Linen finish. That's a common one. New husky illustration. Donation. We will donate a portion of the profit from each hike copy pre-order through Kickstarter to an organization that promotes dog well-being. I like that. New landscape illustration. So those are 3 Kickstarters that we're definitely going to back in January. Do you have a Kickstarter coming up that you'd like us to take a look at? DM us and reach out to us. Let us know.
Yeah, what'd you think of the ones that we did look at? Are you going to back it? Does it look good? Or is there something that's completely turning you off? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. Now go party like a board gamer.